Welcome to my channel. I'm Tim Green. I write under the pen name T Green. Today we will be talking about the one sentence plot structure, or also known as the elevator pitch. I will also be giving you 5 tips on how to craft your own one sentence summary. The elevator pitch is a marketing term that dates back to the 70s. It's really confusing because there's actually different stories of when this came about. One from the early 90s, some from the 70s, in between. All you need to know, it's been around for a while. So what is an elevator pitch? It is summarizing your product, or in this case, your plot, in one sentence. I first got this from Ingermanson, the creator of the Snowflake method. And he actually took how he developed software and crafted it into a writing method, which is the Snowflake method. I will have his stuff down below. Tip number 1, identify your story. The purpose of this is to identify the actual story. Weiland says it is to help you identify the main character and the central conflict of the story. Tip number 2, keep it short. Example, if you're in an elevator at a writer's conference, you look over to the person next to you in the elevator, he has a badge on that says editor. And he sees your badge that says writer. He says, "Oh, what do you write?" And you delve into a long, lengthy explanation of your novel. You think he's going to be interested? No, because you probably had a and oh, and we don't want that. It's short. Randy says that it should be 10 to 15 words with a max of 25. Again, this is supposed to be short. Tip number 3, no character names. But they have to know it's about Sean and how he's in love with Emily and their romance is needed to, but that evil Dark Lord Voldemort is stopping them. No, don't care. I need to know there's a main character. I need to know the central conflict. I don't need to know anything about them because I don't care. You think the agent in the elevator cares? He doesn't. Keep it sweet and short means no character names. Just tell me there's a character and tell me what they're fighting against. That's all. Tip number 4, keep working on it. You may be starting this story with a one sentence plot summary, but you may be in the middle of writing your novel and doing this. So the idea is to keep working on it no matter what the stage of development. If you're just starting out, you may not really know the central conflict as what you think you do. As you start writing it, you start seeing more of the story and things may change. So you keep coming back to adapt the sentence. If you're in the middle of writing the story, you're going to know more about your story, so you may not make many changes, but you still may make some. Keep working on it. It's never going to be perfect, but you can make it, you can keep tweaking it. Tip number 5, practice. You want to practice your sentence. It's simple. You don't want to be blabbling like blah, 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 when you're talking to an agent. So practice it. It should be a reflex. You're a writer? What's your novel about? Bam! You say it. It's crisp and to the point. Telling you how to do this doesn't really help you. I'm going to give you examples of one sentence summaries. A boy wizard in training must battle the Dark Lord who killed his parents. Harry Potter. A 16-year-old girl volunteers to take her sister's place in an arena of 24 teens who will battle to the death. Hunger Games. A wicked boy king fights to remain king against several noble families while supernatural forces threaten man's existence. Game of Thrones. A group of extraordinary people must stop a tyrant from getting his hands on 6 magic stones he can wipe out half the universe with a snap. Avengers Infinity War. The last 2, which are actually my work in progress seeing through the veil. Sisters caught in a war between cults led by a fallen archangel over to free or imprison the devil. Sisters caught in a war between fallen archangels over to free or kill the devil. So the first one was the one I've written a while ago, and the last one was the one I wrote recently. The first one actually is very true to the story, whereas the second one captures the elements, but has a little more pip. They both very much capture the element. That's what you want to do. There's no mentions of any characters' names. It does get you what the conflict is and what they're after and who involved. Now that you've seen the examples, it's your turn. So here's an exercise I want you to try. Take your current work in progress and write a 1-sentence summary. The goal is to get it between 10 to 15 words, no more than 25. If you don't get into those constraints, that's fine. Remember step 4, keep coming back and working on it. As you know your story, you'll understand it better, you'll be able to get it down into those numbers. If you want some feedback, you can always post it down in the comments. I'll comment, I think, made some improvements. If you're having a hard time getting into the numbers, ask for feedback, ask for some help. That's what I want this channel to be. I want it to be a community of learning and helping each other. That's all I got for you today. Please subscribe to my channel. Be sure to hit the alerts so you know when new videos go up. I post new videos on Tuesdays. In the meantime, you can find me on social media. All that stuff is on here. Have a good night.